What's up? Um, hey guys. Uh, so let's get right into it. Um, oh, sorry. USC going to the Las Vegas Bowl. Hopefully, hopefully we win. Mostly because a lot of people are going into the transfer portal and stuff like that. So just hoping that we can win. Haven't really been keeping up with uh, the bowl because that's kind of in the back view right now. So I mean, yeah, uh, we're playing. Gosh, Texas A&M. Ooh, sorry, forgot their name there. But we're playing Texas A&M, and hopefully we can get the win. But the, as I said before, the bowl is kind of in the back burner right now, and not to sound like, oh, it's not. It's not going to be one of those times, but it's not going to be one of those times where people really care about bowl games right now. So, um, yeah, hope we win. Wish our guys the best of luck. But right now, it's really on to the next. You know, um, yeah. But week 15 of the NFL was a lot more interesting this week because there wasn't really any college football stuff except for Army Navy, which Navy won. I was very surprised. Um, I thought the Army would just roll because of how they were playing this year, but Navy came to play and Army did not. So, but on to what most of you guys are going to be looking forward to is week 15 games and what I thought about them and stuff like that. Um, Thursday, Rams 49ers. I only half watched this. Uh, yeah, the Rams won. It was a rainy day. Um, couldn't throw the ball. Kyron Williams had a great day. Um, and yeah, it was one of those games where you're just like, is it really one of those times where it's just like, in San Francisco, feel sorry for them, but they just got they just got owned by injuries. And as a Cardinals fan, I don't really feel sorry for the team in general because I don't like the 49ers. But yeah, the Rams won this game fair and square. San Francisco had players quitting on them in the middle of the game. So, uh, yeah. Ravens, Giants, what I kind of expected. Um, Ravens just beat the piss out of the Giants, and goodness, it wasn't close. It wasn't close. And Lamar had to keep his pants up when he was running, I guess. I saw that circling around the internet. Jets, Jaguars. I thought the Jaguars would pull it out, but also the Jets had to get one of these games, and seems like Mac Jones is not it. He's not it. So, and Jaguars fans are just waiting for the day that Doug Peterson is fired. Cowboys, Panthers. I picked the Panthers to win, so I thought that the Panthers would beat the Cowboys because the Cowboys this year have not been good. They've not been good at all, and I thought that the Panthers would be the one to like really, really close the casket on the Cowboys season. But that's going to have to be someone like the Eagles now. um, Commanders, Saints. I think that this game was a lot more lopsided than it actually seems. Um, like the Commanders were up 17 to nothing in the middle of that game, and I mean, the Saints got a free touchdown from the refs there, and still lost. Still can't make that 2 point conversion, eh? Uh, the Saints, the Saints went for a 2 point conversion at the end of that game and lost. So next, Bengals, Titans. Yeah, I had the Bengals winning this game, and like I knew their offense was too good for the Titans to do anything, and I knew Will Elvis would just. I didn't expect it because I really wanted him to get back on track, but man, he just regressed back into his meme days, and then Mason Rudolph came in. So um, hope that Will Levis gets back on his feet and he can develop some in a little bit, but now it seems not to be the time. Um, Chiefs Browns. This game was boring. This game was boring. Um, the Browns were down 21 nothing before you can think, and then the Chiefs' offensive line could not block. So it was 21-0 for most of the game. And then I was like, are they going to get a shutout? And then that second, Jerome Ford went for a 61-yard touchdown. I'm like, of course. Of course. Of course. So, hey, that not always goes your way. And Jameis Winston throwing picks. Texans Dolphins. Again, this game was a lot more lopsided than it really looked. Um, it was 20-6 with 4 minutes left, and it was just like one of those games where Tua couldn't get anything going, and then the Texans just rolled. The Texans just rolled that game, and it wasn't really close, even though the score says it was close. Broncos Colts. This game was really wild. Um, they were up 13-7, and then Jonathan Taylor dropped the ball before he went into the end zone, um, keeping the game at 13-7. And then in the fourth quarter, the Broncos really stepped on the gas and left them behind. So, I mean, it was closer than I think it really shows, but also the Broncos really did a lot to shoot themselves in the foot. Bo Nix threw 3 picks, and it was just one of those games for the Broncos where they can't get anything going. But They stepped on the gas in the fourth quarter and they won. And a win is a win. A win is a win. Cardinals, Patriots, we won. uh, I didn't really think that we would lose because the Patriots are really bad this year. Um, and the Cardinals, my team, is kind of little above mid, but still mid. Uh, we need another draft and another free agent signing class to actually be okay and a playoff contender. But I mean, another wasted season. So because I don't think we're gonna catch up to the Rams or the Seahawks. So especially since we got killed by the Seahawks twice. So Bills Lions. Now this game I watched all the way through, and it was a it was really exciting. Um, the Bills were up by 2 to 3 scores the whole game, except for the fourth quarter, and that's when Detroit was really forcing them to go for field goals instead of getting more touchdowns, so they could claw themselves back in the game. But it was too little, too late. Their defense couldn't stop anything, and then with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they went for an onside kick, and that's the stuff um, that Dan Campbell really likes to do. He likes to go for it. He likes to gamble, um, and just this time it didn't work out for him. It'll probably work out for him a lot of other times, but not this time. And David Montgomery got hurt. A couple other defensive linemen like O'Neal and their cornerback got hurt too, and they won't be back for the rest of the season. So, I mean, it is what it is. Um, the Lions have been able to be taking these injuries so far, but there has to be a breaking point. I don't think it's here. I think that they'll still roll into the playoffs. They'll still win a couple playoff games, but I don't know if they'll make it to the Super Bowl. Even when they were dominating every team, I didn't know if they would make it to the Super Bowl because of the NFC Championship game last year where they choked it. So hopefully hopefully they get through it. Hopefully that these injuries are a lot like all the other injuries that it won't stop them. They'll keep rolling. They'll win a playoff game and then they might go to the Super Bowl. Don't really know. But the Bills, gotta credit the Bills. They came into Ford Field and absolutely dominated that defense and came out with the win. But they too need to work on their defense as well. Um, I know not a lot of people can stop the Lions offense, but they needed to do something, man. Like the first two drives, yeah, they stopped them, but then the rest of the game, the Lions were just trying to play catch up, and you had to keep scoring. So it's not going to work in a hypothetical Super Bowl. So um, the Bills need to figure out something on defense because the past 2 weeks they let up 40 plus points. So hopefully they get something done. Hopefully Sean McDermott can get something done. Buccaneers Chargers. I thought the Chargers would win this game. I thought that their defense was really really good this game, but for this game, but Baker Mayfield just loves proving people wrong. I'm happy that I'm wrong. I'm happy that he got this big win over the Chargers and He's leading his team to the top of the NFC South, and hey, they can make a playoff run with this team. So, yeah, claps for claps for Baker Mayfield. Um, Eagles Steelers. I had the Eagles winning this game, not quite as dominantly as they did, but I thought the Eagles offense was just better than the Steelers offense, and their defenses were about the same. So the the Eagles won out, but I didn't think it would be that dominant. And uh, the Steelers having two two drives in the second half was really like really big for the Eagles to win that game. Next, Packers Seahawks. This game was just a press where the the Packers just put the Seahawks in like a metal press and just squeeze the life out of them. Um, like this game was so lopsided from the beginning, and especially when Gino went down, I was like, it's pretty much over. I didn't I didn't think that Howell was going to lead them back, but I was happy if I was wrong. But Howell just threw a pick that ended the ended the game really. It was 23-13. Charbonnet kind of brought them back into the game, but they couldn't capitalize on it. So there goes the Seahawks front running status for the NFC West. They're tied, but I don't know if they have the tiebreaker. Do they have the tiebreaker over the Rams? No, they do not. They lost in overtime. I remember that game. Yeah. Um, when Seattle tried to go for it on fourth down in overtime and didn't get it, and they're like, and I was like, that's why they went for it on fourth down because they didn't want Matt Stafford to do that if they kicked the field goal. So they'll have another chance to tie it up, but right now the Rams are in first place. Bears Vikings. You saw my reaction to that game. It was really all Vikings in that game, though the Bears tried to take a late rally, but just wasn't meant to be. Um, Sam Darnold played great. Well, played pretty well. Um, Caleb Williams didn't play so well, and the Bears really lost. So, yeah, 18 for 31. Ugh. So, yeah, the Vikings are tied for first in the NFC North. They the Lions do have the tiebreaker over the Vikings, but hey, it's one of those times like the Seahawks. Like I said, they have a chance to win out and take the first seed, but they're gonna have to win out. You know, Falcons Raiders. Now I didn't watch this one. I heard it was really boring. Well, you know I didn't watch this one because I was watching with you guys. And it was really boring. Yeah, I heard it was really boring. Cousins just got benched for Penix. And yeah, whatever's up with Cousins right now, you can sit for few weeks, they might cut him, save a lot of money down the road. So yeah, and that was week 15. On my pick'ems, I was 12-2. Um, and yeah, I thought the Chargers would beat the Buccaneers, which I was wrong. And um, who was my other wrong pick? I forget. Carolina over Dallas. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Carolina over Dallas and Chargers over Tampa. Those were my two pick'ems losses. Um, I just believed in the heart of the cards too much. Uh, Now for next week, week 16, in the Broncos Chargers, I chose the Broncos because the Chargers have been on a downturn lately. I'll be happy to be wrong. The Chargers really have a good team, but I think the Broncos just have a better team. Um, Texans Chiefs really depends on if Mahomes is back. But even with if Mahomes was gone, they'd have a really good chance to beat the Texans here with Carson Wentz. But I think the Chiefs will win. Um, will be one of those one-score games where they barely win, but they'll win. Steelers Ravens. I'm choosing the Steelers here. I know, but like the Ravens can't beat the Steelers, like the Broncos can't beat the Chiefs lately. Like, I mean, it's one of those things where you're just like, they're gonna have to win one of these times, but I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna choose the Steelers until I see the Ravens win multiple times. So, Rams, Jets, Rams. I don't think the Jets' offensive line is good enough to stave off the Rams' pass rush, and I think the Rams' offense is just too good. Too good right now. They're going to beat the Jets. Eagles, Commanders. I'm going to take the Eagles. Um, I know the Commanders are pretty frisky right now, and I do see a couple of games where they win this game. But for right now, I'm just going to pick the hotter hand, the Eagles. Um, Giants, Falcons. First game for Penix, but it seems like the Giants are really tanking, so I'm going to choose the Falcons. Cardinals, Panthers. Got to go with my team, the Cardinals. Um, but I can see a couple of scenarios where Bryce Young pulls it out for the Panthers. Um, Bengals, Browns. Like my mind really wants me to pick the Browns because again, Joe Burrow can't beat the Browns, but also the Browns are terrible this year, and my heart wants to pick the Bengals. So, whoo, gonna pick the Browns right now, but later in the week I may pick the Bengals. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Titans, Colts. Again, this is one of those games where it is a dumpster fire between two teams, which goodness. But I think the Colts will take it out. Lions, Bears, Lions, because the Bears are on an 8-game losing streak. And if there's any game for Caleb to do well, it's this game. Because the Lions defense is just devastated by injury. Um, I know Caleb's offensive line is terrible. I said it on stream. Like it is really bad. Really, really bad. So and the Bears off defense is decent, but I think the Lions are just gonna really take it take it to them. I think the Lions are gonna win this one pretty easily. Vikings Seahawks. It really depends on if Gino is up for this game. I know he got injured last week, so it really depends on if Gino is gonna play this week. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything that says he will, but if it's Sam Howell going out there, it's gonna be the Vikings, like pretty easily. I know Seahawks defense is really good, but their offense, man, it's their offense that's lost them quite a few of these games. Patriots Bills. Um, I don't know why I hesitated there. It's the Bills. The Patriots are not good this year, and I don't think they'll be good for this year or next year. But yeah, the Patriots and Bills. The Bills will win this quite easily. Jaguars Raiders. Now this is a game that might ruin some people's seedings because the Jaguars without Trevor Lawrence is just bad. Just really, really bad. And no shade on Mac Jones. He has had a rough time of it, but the Raiders, man, the Raiders are also just bad. Um, I'm gonna flip a coin for this, but for right now, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. Um, I might go with the. I'll probably go with the Raiders later on in the week, and then I'll turn back, and then I'll turn back. It's just one of those games where you're just like, I don't really care who wins this game, and I don't really think that. I think that both teams are trying to tank. So 49ers, Dolphins. These are two teams where I'm just like, the 49ers are kind of healthy, kind of not. And then the Dolphins are just trying to play catch up from their horrible, horrible start without Tua. So where's this played? It's gonna be played in Miami. So I'm gonna take the home field. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins. Um, Buccaneers, Cowboys. It's going to be the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are going to close the door on the Cowboys season. Um, I know Cowboys fans are like, "Oh, we might make the play." No, no, you're not. Um, the season was over once Dak got hurt. Um, no shade on Cooper Rush. I hope he has a long, fruitful career, but the Buccaneers are just better this year. Um, Saints, Packers. Um, Not really an argument there. Packers are on a tear right now, and they're trying to get in the conversation for the number one seed. Um, they'll have to play the Vikings and the Bears again, but they'll probably be able to beat the. Now, even that I don't know because I think the Packers and the Vikings are really evenly matched. I think that they're really evenly matched. And I know people are like, "Oh, Jordan Love's better than Sam Darnold." I think that they're really similar in skill set and decision making, and like Jordan Love just saves his good decision making for after Toyotathon. And then Sam Darnold has sprinkles of his bad decision making throughout the year. So I think that they're really similar. Um, I think that LaFleur and O'Connell, no, what's his name? The Vikings head coach are really similar in like they're good offensive head coaches, they're good head coaches, and it's just like one of those times where you're just like, they're really practically the same team, and it showed in their first matchup. I know Packers fans are like, it's the first game Jordan Love was back and we almost beat him, but also the Vikings kind of let up the gas there at the end there and almost paid for it, but they still won. So it's going to be a brand new game. I think that it'll go either way. I think it's going to be either or. Um, Maybe Jordan Love pulls out the win, but I see just as many games where Sam Darnold pulls out the win. And yeah. So that is the last of week 16 predictions. So leave your thoughts in the comments. Um, where you think I was right, where you think I was wrong and dumb and stupid, but hey, it's just my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. See y'all next Wednesday. I'll probably stream one of the games this next week, but yeah, until then, see you guys.